how did Coach Yu get to her record-breaking score? A 64 in the opening round, a 62 yesterday. Kimi Biel also had shot a 62 in round 2, 10 under par. Her advantage is currently 5 strokes. This is her third as she tries to get up and down for par, but she suffers the same fate as Lee Seung-yeon. This is happening at this middle part of the course. That was Han Chin Sun putting for a birdie. She is tied for 7th. This is stroke 2 from off the green for Coach Yu. She can afford a couple of bogeys. Anything that's double or worse would add a dash of spice. That is what she wanted to do with her previous shot. When you reflect on her entire tournament, only carded a 3 under today. The course is tightening up. It should. It's Sunday. This is where the money is earned and the leaderboard is finalized. Don't expect to see any 10 unders today. Coach Yu finalizes on that bogey. Otherwise, she had picked up 4 more birds in the first 6 holes. It is officially a 4-stroke lead to start the back 9. And just by looking at her scorecards from the tournament, we know that she has been much better on the hill, which is the front 9. It's going to take a second to tally up all of them, but I believe it's 18 birdies in 3 rounds on the front 9. Yesterday she had 3 on the back. Friday, 499 makes this the longest par 5 on the course, and even still, it has been there for the taking all week. Coach Yu has not gone for the wood or the hybrids. It's an iron, a pretty flat iron, but an iron nevertheless. These are such finicky clubs for the average golfer. Coach Yu is not the average golfer, but she still understands the fine margins of a 5. I'd say that's pretty darn impressive for 2 strokes. And you give credit to the ground. .1 for our leader. She can very quickly chalk off that bogey at the 9th, but it will need a good first putt. Lots of break, lots of speed as it goes up the hill, and maybe a little bit more than necessary. It's an opportunity for Coach Yu to return to 22 under par. The score so good it almost catches you by surprise when you say it out loud. We're too early to panic, or maybe we're too far along to panic. It's a matter of perspective, but that putter back starter with the approach. One that's deep, middle of the green. And now Coach Yu can try to bounce back. It is most certainly not the time to panic. She still has shot just 2 bogeys in 47 holes. But the lead is down to 3, and that's noticeable. Now Coach Yu trying to get closer, a bit of a headwind. Right to left if we want to be ultra specific. The wind. She goes a touch closer most of the way up the hill. Coach Yu, it would defy some odds, but she's done that on countless occasions this week already. Just off to the inside left. It's become a common sight at the front of the green at its widest point before the narrows. That's where the flag is. Back live at the McCall Young Pyong Open with SPS Golf. Coach Yu starting to feel the pressure of a Sunday. For the first time in a couple of years, it's not completely uncharted territory. She won back here in 2023. Speaking of tapping pars, interestingly, Coach Yu only 22nd this week in her par saves, but it's 96%, and that number increases with a good one. The frustrated figure she's casting. That's very good news for Coach Yu. As she begins the 13th. Beyond the fairway, stopping just on the hillside rough. .93 meters out, Coach Yu, and her 52-degree wedge.
Set.
Hear the shouts. I'd say it's set. She's been waiting for one of these. Reminiscent of the opening 2 rounds, the record-setting pace she has been on. There's some understandable trouble. We have been waiting for the re-emergence of Coach Yu. About a meter uphill. Finally back in the birdie column after 7 holes. Well, I guess this is the 7th hole since the last. Coach Yu hasn't retaken the honors, as there have been a few birdies in the group. Confident and strong drive. Breezes past to be the longest off the tee through 2.
핀 바로나 약간 우측으로 53만. 55까지도 괜찮아.
Coach Yu right up and keeps it close. Mission accomplished with that approach. A nod of the head to her caddy. It's supposed to get more tumultuous on the march into 18. Coach Yu has weathered the storm, just the 1 bogey for her as well after yesterday's record-setting round. It's a chance for 23 under par. She's playing this course on rookie mode, but with the experience of a vet. But even someone who is likely to be crowned champion isn't immune to the odd. And on 10 birdies of her own in the final round. That's a good par save. 4 more to go for title number 3. Fresh off the tee to the fairway. Coach Yu not quite in cruise control. She is alert and at the ready. If she can do it, 62 is hers. The gallery heaping encouragement on Coach Yu just as that ball was released. She's on towards the back. Well, Coach Yu, yesterday we'd expect this to go with more confidence than it deserves. It's a tough putt. Let's see how she does. Didn't quite have the read. 2 putts for the par. She's just about there. She can nearly feel her first ever title.
플레이했습니다. 이동 멈춰주세요.
She'd love a little less drama in 2025. Avoids the branches, maybe they've been cut back. She's in the fairway.
이동 멈춰주세요.
Coach Yu attacking the pin. Shades of her first 2 rounds, and it's one of the many reasons she's in this spot yet again. It's maybe 15 centimeters away from perfection.
플레이했습니다.
Well, it's the easiest of birdies. Trying to keep the emotions in check. That might have been the final shot required to cement a well-deserved victory, a historic victory. So what goes through the mind of the player in pole position? 2 years ago, not that long. What worked then? What do I need to do now? It's not a runaway victory. Well, Coach Yu onto the green. Rhodes. Coach Yu would reach back into her bag of tricks and come up with something like that very recent approach. This thing's done and dusted with a birdie. No one would feel any bit of disbelief if it ended as a par, but she'll give it a go. Downhill, running out of speed. Off by a fraction of 23 under par.
완전히 이렇게 칼뜯길 나 있는데. 자, 플레이했습니다. 이동 멈춰주세요.
It all comes down to 18. Could be 54, depending on your perspective. Coach Yu comfortably in front, starting this par 5. Finds a little bit of trouble. Missing the fairway and lands in the rough. Be without drama.
서드 방향으로 보내주기만 하면 우리 그냥 세리온 할 거야. 편하게.
Coach Yu, second off the tee, she actually finds the cart path a little wide of the fairway. Well, we told you she was close to the cart path. That's pretty much as close as you can get. Coach Yu, meanwhile, taking the drop, ensuring that everything is done explicitly to the letter of the law. As she closes in
플레이했습니다.
So Coach Yu, after the penalty, this is shot 3 on the par 5. First putt will be for par 2, should still get her there.
플레이하겠습니다. 바로 플레이하겠습니다.
플레이를 했는데요. 최예본 선수입니다. 2년 전 이 대회에서 우승을 했었죠. 투어 통산 2승 기록하고 있는 고지우 선수입니다.
Well, it all comes down to these next 5, maybe 6 shots. Coach Yu, our leader and our likely champion, she's 16.5 meters away from the front of the green at 18. Anything close and a par guarantees the victory. A solid first shot of about 14 meters with the putter. A KLPGA Tour record before she even arrived at the course today. Coach Yu, she's ready to celebrate. Coach Yu, she'll let herself get there in less than 30 seconds. It's all about what will be written in the history books now. This is the championship putt. 23 under par, and the first repeat champion of the Nicole Mona Youngpyeong Open with SBS Golf. Coach Yu realizes her fate with one of the career best performances so far. The champion in 2023 and the champion in 2025. Coach Yu, a deserved victor. They might start erecting a statue outside the clubhouse of a player who loves this course more than anyone else, and more than anywhere else she has ever played. It will go down as a two-stroke victory. Think back to when this competition began in 2015. We'll go year by year. Ko Jin Young, one of the greatest this tour has ever produced, 13 under. Following year, Lee So Young in 2016, 9 under, 14 under, 13 under, 10, 12, 13, 11, 14, 13, and now 23 under par. The moment it became official, her third victory on the LPGA Tour of Korea, her second here at Birch Hill.
우승의 주인공은 고지우 선수입니다. 2년 만에 타이틀 탈환에 성공한 고지우 선수에게 축하의 박수 부탁드립니다.
Well, at about 5 a.m. this morning, the rest of the field could have rehearsed this moment. She was dominant from round one, 10 under yesterday, and a 67 to put it away today.
그러게. 424, 432, 455, 543, 344, 335. 맞아.
Time for the formalities before the festivities can begin. Scorecards verified. Tournament plaques autographed. The winner's interview will shortly follow, preceding the third round highlights and the awards presentation. That's all to come as Coach Yu basks in the moment of a third professional victory. The result is finalized, but the celebrations are just beginning. We'll be back when it's time to revisit the highlights from round 3 as we honor a thoroughly deserving champion in Coach Yu.
여기 3개 있거든요. 모자도 2개 해주시고.